Today has been a very interesting day today. The reason for that being is some of the smaller speculative tech names have been running today, while other major quantum stocks like IonQ, Riggedy, D-Wave, and Inflection, they've sold off pretty decently today. Um, but when you look at Laes, the company named SealsQ, they've surged today. Currently, at the time of the video, they're not surging as high as they did earlier in the day. They're up about only 6% on the day, currently trading at $3.59. But they've gone up as high as $3.90, trading as high as over 15% on the day, with a gain of 15%. And not only that, we're going to be talking about Laes and quantum, but don't forget, because today we're having another big day and another speculative stock that we talk about a lot, which is none other than Castellum CTM, gone as high as 15% on the day. We've reached that 80-cent level again, which is a previous area of resistance, and it does appear that bears are trying to step up at the moment, but another good unrealized gain for Castellum CTM as well. And I think investors, they're starting to look deeper into companies tied to cybersecurity, defense, the whole AI infrastructure, and post-quantum security, instead of just chasing what is pure hype out there and well known within the mainstream media. And again, my name is David here at InvestQ, and if you do enjoy this type of content, please feel free to leave a comment below letting me know what you want me to cover in future upcoming videos. And feel free to please hit the like and subscribe button, as I do appreciate the support from all of you. Now, Laes, it surged, and CTM, it's ripped higher, as I mentioned, and is currently ripping on the day. I'm very interested to see what power hour will look like with between 3 p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. EST. And if you enjoy my content, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you ever need help making better decisions with investing, simply take a look at the first link below to get access to my community and support yourself with like-minded investors and get access to the world's leading AI models: Claude, Gemini, OpenAI, and Grok. Get all of this software for $7 in my community, and my community is free. Companies like Castellum CTM or Laes, the other companies in their same industries that are much more known and bigger than the smaller companies in the same industry, get hit just as hard as the smaller cap and the smaller known companies in that industry. But today you have the opposite effect. You got, even though that everything in quantum is speculative, you got a smaller, less known, and even more, a company with even more speculation than the other ones like QBTS, IonQ, Riggedy, all those, that is surging on the day and has a green day, while other companies like QBTS and Riggedy, they're dropping on the day. And then again, don't forget also Castellum CTM, who is also in the cybersecurity angle and is tied to defense as well, is surging, while another company, say like Big Bear AI, they're dropping on the day. And I know that Big Bear AI also is very speculative, but overall, the sentiment on Big Bear AI is people like it more than Castellum CTM at the moment, simply because it just has more hype and it's more well known. But nevertheless, the only point I'm trying to get across is the fact that, again, with the fact that this is a penny stock, it's not that known within institutions or even retail, as a matter of fact. The fact that they're able to surge this high on a day like this, especially when other bigger name companies are dropping on the day. And what I want to ask you guys, what is it that you think that this exactly means, and what the market is starting to notice? I want you guys to comment below what it is you guys think that the market is noticing. And going back to Castellum CTM, transitioning from Laes, this is where Castellum becomes very interesting, because Castellum CTM is not some random meme stock, and the company operates in cybersecurity, electronic warfare, signals intelligence, and government-focused technology services. And they're involved in areas that are tied directly to national security and defense infrastructure. And the one thing that investors may be paying attention to is the massive increase in global defense and cybersecurity spending. In fact, the US government continues increasing spending around cybersecurity, intelligence, systems, AI, and defense modernization, and CTM operates directly around those areas. Now, another thing that investors have been watching closely is the company's improving financial situation. And I would like to mention that when it comes to Castellum CTM, there's improving revenue, improving EBITDA, debt reduction, and a stronger cash position. So for a long time, CTM has been viewed among investors as a struggling microcap. But now even though that they still do have to continue executing and they need to continue growing and scaling, there still are investors that are starting to change their mind and change their thought process when it comes to Castellum, and they're starting to ask whether this company, Castellum CTM, is quietly stabilizing and positioning for growth. In my opinion, I do believe so. And again, this is not financial advice, but all I'm saying is that I do think they're doing the right things. And if you do enjoy this content, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, guys. And another thing relating to the biggest issue that people talk about when it comes to Castellum CTM is the PR issues. And as we all know, CTM also recently brought in a new investor relations firm known as the Equity Group, which could potentially help improve visibility and communication with institutions over time. And then I would like to also add the fact that more retail investors are discovering the story online because recently momentum has started to build in the mainstream media. Again, I'm a small channel still, but there are also other people covering Castellum CTM a little more frequently. So that's good just to get more retail interest and just more eyes on the company among retail investors. Because even though that retail doesn't have the type of capital that institutions have, it's still good to get more retail investors interested in the stock to help propel it forward and just have everybody pile in capital into the company after they see how good of a company it is. And I'm not trying to be blindly optimistic on the stock, but I do have a long-term thesis when it comes to Castellum CTM. And I do believe that if more retail investors get their eyes on this company, they are going to see the value when it comes to Castellum CTM. And going back when it comes to the angle and where they're positioned, I think people underestimate how connected AI, cybersecurity, and defense are becoming. To a certain extent, it's a pretty big deal in the mainstream media. But in my opinion, as AI systems evolve, governments and defense contractors need more secure infrastructure, cybersecurity protection, intelligence systems, and electronic warfare capabilities. And that's where companies like CTM may potentially benefit. And going back to the other stock we're talking about today, which is Laes, and quick shout out to Claude, as Claude does have 1-year bullish projections for Laes with price targets at $4.46, which is a gain of 24% on the year. And just curious, because we didn't do it for CTM either. Let's just take a quick look at it. What are the 1-year projections? So they also have bullish 1-year projections, and the price target would be at 85 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if that starts to raise, especially after the close of today. Now, again, just going back to Laes, both CTM and Laes actually connect to a similar long-term theme because what do they both have connected and what do they both have in common? It's cybersecurity, secure communications, AI infrastructure, defense-related technology, and protection of critical systems. So, unlike some companies that are purely tied to quantum, because again, we're going back to the quantum sector in the quantum industry, is that comparing it, and unlike companies that are purely tied to quantum computing speculation, Laes is trying to build an actual ecosystem around semiconductor security and post-quantum infrastructure. And a few points to key in, a few things that you would be familiar of, and things that they do good, things that they are involved in, and a few things that people consider when they look at the long-term thesis of Laes is, for example, you got IC Alps. They have ASIC Engineering. They have secure chips, and there was a article that talked about that not too long ago, I believe in May 20th. And they got semiconductor sovereignty, AI infrastructure, IoT, satellites, and post-quantum cybersecurity. And as I mentioned, let me take a quick look when we talk about Laes. Here, I'll just do this for you. Laes recent news. Oh, sorry. Recent news. And also, another thing real quick is that why I think the market may be starting to separate companies with real cybersecurity infrastructure angles from companies trading almost entirely on future quantum computing speculation is because of the cybersecurity angle that LAES does, or that LAES has. So on May 20th, this article did come out talking about how SEALSQ strengthens chip design capabilities through the successful integration of IC Alps, reinforcing Europe's technological sovereignty. And apparently something came out today that I didn't realize is the fact that SEALSQ announces that Quantix selects the municipality of Mercia as the location for its semiconductor industrial project in the region. So that's another key. So again, that also is probably another reason why we're seeing LAES surge the way they are separately from all the other quantum, is because not only are they positioned with that whole cybersecurity play that they have, they're keeping investors updated, and they have a recent article that I'll go more in detail later, because actually I just saw this right now as I was recording the video. But it's a good thing that they have more press releases coming out for SEALSQ. Now, one thing that really stands out to me is that both CTM and LAES are positioning themselves around areas governments and enterprises are likely going to spend heavily on for years. You got cybersecurity, encrypted communications, AI infrastructure, and defense systems. There's also secure data and next generation technology protection. And I also would like to add that in the markets like this, investors are constantly searching for smaller companies that could potentially benefit from these long-term trends before Wall Street fully pays attention. And let me see. I just kind of want to do a quick run through with this. So a company that focuses on developing and selling semiconductors. Okay, yeah, we already know that. I'd like to express his gratitude to all persons. This process has demonstrated the region of Okay, so I'll have to do more research on this news article that came out. Again, I have to be completely honest, I didn't see this till right now. I'll be happy to break that down either in the live stream tonight, or I'd be more than happy to I'll probably also just make another video for LAS talking more about Mercia and the fact that Quantix selects just whole article about how SEALSQ announces that Quantix selects the municipality of Mercia as the location for its semiconductor industrial project in the region. So I'll do another breakdown on this article, give you exactly what this means, what it's about, and how this benefits SEALSQ. But nevertheless, guys, if you want more updates on CTM, LAES, Big Bear AI, SoFi, and other AI stocks, please comment below what it is you want to see in future upcoming videos. And I'd be more than happy to do any breakdowns on any stocks that you guys want to see. But with that being said, guys, InvestQ out. Stay safe. Keep making good decisions with your long-term portfolios. I'll see you on the next video, and be on the lookout for that next SEALSQ video.